Pay the money, go see it. It'll get everything hard. It'll get your nipples hard, it gets your dick hard, it gets your clit hard, it gets everything fucking hard. Welcome to another episode from Takedowns to Breakdowns with A&P, and today's topic is what makes my nipples hard in metal? Or your nipples. Or your nipples.
Or your nipples, yeah.
We don't discriminate. All nipples are welcome here. So,
and if you don't have nipples, the place where
who
the
the
nipples...
fuck doesn't have nipples?
There are people who don't have
Some
nipples.
people have more than two.
No, but...
I've never heard of anybody with no nipples.
Really? I do know one person with no nipples.
Oh, do tell.
Not in real life, but I'm
Oh.
talking about like I've seen TikToks and there was this person with no nipples.
Did it had the areolas?
No, they tattooed over. It's a body cosmetic. They got rid of the nipples.
Oh, so it's not like they were born without nipples.
No, but I'm saying...
I was going to say, nobody's born without nipples.
Of course, but some people don't have the nipples anymore. So
all right, but...
what makes the area your nipples used to be a little bit more...
Harder than normal. I'll tell you one thing that makes my nipples hard. A chuggy riff.
Definitely.
Like, when I hear that distortion, that chugginess, fuck, that definitely makes my nipples hard.
That's made your nipples hard for a while now.
Fuck, since I was a kid.
It used to be it'd make you hard and your nipples, but then after a couple of years, I feel like your nipples is the only thing.
I think it's harder to get your nipples hard than everything else.
No.
You don't think so?
I don't think... Go outside and it's cold, my dick shrivels, but my nips are hard as fuck.
That is true. It does have an opposite reaction.
Your dick and your nipples are the opposites.
Yeah, they're the yin and the yang of your body. Anyways, for me, a chuggy riff. That's one of the things that make my nipples hard. What about you?
A good melody.
A good melody? Really?
A good melody makes my nips hard, yeah.
Like, you mean an overall melody or like a guitar melody? Vocal melody?
For me, a good guitar mixed with the vocal melody is what gets me. So anything in the melodic death metal area or even just like some power metal can really get me. But yeah, just a melodic guitar mixed in with a very nice... Doesn't have to be like perfect clean, but as long as the melody of the voice matches through, that makes my nipples hard.
For me, also a good pit. Not necessarily a pit that I'm in.
Okay.
But rather a pit that I'm observing and taking it all in. So, for example, like I've seen Nails live, and I think it was the band that had the best stage diving that I've ever seen in my life.
Okay.
And it was seeing people get on stage, running from where the drum kit was all the way to the front, and just absolutely dive into that crowd. I don't know, man. Like that got me going. I must say, I really enjoyed that shit.
You know that also
it has such a great visual.
That also makes mine hard. But I gotta say, one of them that I wasn't at the show, but videos of this show, it gets me going. Is the Parkway Drive show where they did it in the
in the gym?
In the gym?
In the gym.
That shit was awesome.
That shit got my nipples hard too.
That shit was awesome.
Awesome.
With the fucking crab suits.
And the boogie boards and all of that shit. I just, when I go to a show, more so when I'm at a show than watching on watching makes me want to be there. But when you're there and you see the crowd absolutely lit, right? And you see people just like completely no care for their own well-being and just jumping over the barricade, landing on people. I don't know, man. There's something about that that's just like, okay, like this is what life is supposed to be all about.
The thing is, it makes you want to do it, and your intrusive.
No, but I'm like, no, I have to go to work tomorrow.
Yeah, and then the back, like the devil part of you is like, do it, and the other part of you is like,
I can probably not even clear the barricades, so there's no way I'm pulling that shit off. But that's definitely another one.
The angel on my shoulders telling me, you like being alive, right? Yeah, don't do it.
That's definitely one of those that gets my nipples hard. Do you have any other?
Some fucking like fast drums, but not for the sake of being fast.
Like blast beats?
Blast beats are good, but I'm talking about drums where like they have a certain sound, like Wolfheart drums or like even the drums of Amon Amarth. They have this certain sound with a certain thickness yet speed to them that it always gets me going. I think it's also because the double pedaling and everything, that shit always gets me going, especially if it's done right. Not for the sake of being fast or loud or thick. No, they're done in a way where it perfectly meshes with the song without feeling like it's being done for the sake of being done, you know?
That's a good one. I don't disagree with that. Maybe for me the chugging on the guitar hits harder,
For me,
but the drums I'll take that.
anytime I can hear in a song that, in a genre of music where bass is not normally peeking through, if I can hear the bass and it peeks through with a little bit of a thick line.
We're 5 minutes in and nobody said breakdowns. Anyways, moving on.
Breakdowns make my nips evaporate.
Okay, so another thing for me is when there's a very well placed go, or like fuck or blah or like any of those things, but it has to be but it has to be really well placed, like in the right spot at the song that just fucking gets you going. Like it just makes you want to grab a chair and just fucking start doing chair shots to everybody around you. You know what I mean? Like one of those. I fucking love that shit. Not like not overdo it, but like just in that right specifically if you're not expecting it. Like if it's just like an RKO out of nowhere, if it comes out of nowhere and it hits you hard, fuck it. I'm all into that shit. I fucking like that. I also like lead singers that wrap the microphone cord on their arm.
I like that too.
And
But I like
really
it better when the microphone is one of those old style microphones.
Yeah.
Like the Mr. Kennedy microphone that usually come out of the air.
Yeah.
That shit.
Not under the air, but from the sky.
It comes in the sky. Mr. Kennedy. That shit.
Okay. I like that shit too.
That's the perfect mic to wrap around.
And you know what else is when you have guitar players, they get all into the fucking tracks. And I don't mean getting into the track like you're playing and you're headbanging. I'm talking about like fucking bouncing with the guitar and then maybe do some spin-a-roonies. I know
that's like hardcore stuff.
It's more hardcore, yeah. The dudes from Lamb of God do it quite a bit, but to me the originator of that shit was Bobby from Biohazard. He used to get going like this, and the next thing you know, he would fucking start doing spin-a-rooney. That shit, like I just fucking love it. I'm like. You're as much into it as I'm into it listening to it, and when I see that shit I get even more into it because I just feel like so many guys these days put a foot on the PA and do some head banging and that's, I mean, I don't expect a guy from Cannibal Corpse or a death metal band to do spin-a-roonies.
Sometimes I want to see some spin-a-roonies.
I just want to see something. Even like in metalcore, when guys jump off of like the riser, the drum riser with the guitar. I'm not a big fan of the whole spinning the guitar around thing. I think that's a little bit over. That definitely doesn't get my nipples hard.
There was a video of a guy doing the spin, and when he spun the guitar, it hit the lead singer in the face.
Oh, there's so many of them. There's one where the guy spins the guitar and the guitar goes all the way to the drummer.
Oh,
and there's one that just goes all the way off the stage.
It goes off the stage and it breaks. That shit's awesome.
I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the whole spinning the guitar. I'm not. But guitar players that get involved in the epicness like even when they
even
look
them
like
trying to hype up the crowd. I love seeing that shit when a guitar player goes to the crowd and is like
and when he's playing just with one hand and then hyping the crowd with fuck, that shit is amazing. But I'm talking like when there's just like almost like dancing around, like you know what I'm saying, just almost like they're having a seizure with a guitar, like going like down, like going
like how Flea used to play the bass.
Yeah, but guitar players.
But guitar players.
The bass player doesn't do it for me. For me, like
really?
If he's not even there, I don't care. But the guitar player, I like to see a very animated, energetic guitar player, especially depending on the genre. Once again, all of this depends on the genre, right?
Yeah.
But if the genre calls for it, I like that shit. I like an energetic guitar. I don't like very stoic, just standing there in front of the mic kind of performance. The same goes for lead singers. Once again, this depends on the band, but overall, I like a lead singer that does something.
Yeah.
Not just goes there, unless you're listening to Doom. If you're listening to Doom, then it's a different story. But I like to see energy on stage. Just me. That kind of shit gets my nipples hard.
Okay. I think do you have any more?
Yeah, I do. Like, and just to compare in terms of genres, Hatebreed, for example. To me, Hatebreed is a band that has the music to be a lot more energetic than what they are. Because when you look at the guitar players, they're pretty much in front of the mic just playing.
Yeah.
You don't see... Yeah, but you don't see like jumping off the risers, doing like some side steps like this, like pull some shit off like that.
I think they need more...
No,
I think that's a band.
But even Jamie Jost as a frontman, he's not like the most hyped guy. Especially when you're in a hardcore band. I mean, you have so many reasons to be fucking hyped.
I think
all he does is like...
Hatebreed...
It's like the Sabaton. It's like the Sabaton move.
I think Hatebreed needs some like destructible shit on stage with them, so when they get like really hyped, they can just destroy shit without having to worry about it. Like they need some like like fake foam walls or some bullshit just to set up and just break through them whenever they want, just to give it a little bit more of that, hype into it. 'Cause especially if you're a hardcore band, you want to break shit. That's what hardcore kind of pulls out.
I love Hate Breed. I love them live. This is not a diss in any sort of form. But I enjoy their performance. But I think in terms of getting my nipples hard, their pits get my nipples hard.
Oh yeah.
Their pits get my nipples hard. But their own performance, I think it's very quiet for a hardcore band. Like, Jamie doesn't have a huge arsenal in terms of his movement on stage. He's not a big guy either. So it's not like he fills in the space really well. And then as far as the other guys are just kind of playing, doing their thing. But I think for that kind of band, like a song like Destroy Everything, dude, they should be fucking going out, like doing some crazy shit. I don't know, give me something. And when you look at them and you look, for example, at Lamb of God, the difference is drastic.
Yeah.
Lamb of God on stage, way more energetic, way more energy, way more movement from everybody. From everybody. And that's what I like to see. I like to see a band like Anthrax, a band that has tons of energy on stage. You know what I mean? Like from the guitar player to the bass player, lead singer, everybody, tons of energy. That kind of shit hypes me up. Because those kind of genres have songs that are super hyped. And when the song is super hyped, you want to see a hyped performance because that's what's going to get you hyped. Not just a bunch of guys just like, singing and whatever. I don't know. That's what gets my nipples hard. You have any other shit?
I think my last one would be fretless bass. I think I'm going back to the bass here.
Fuck, you and this bass thing.
I'm going back to the bass, but I think that's something fretless bass, when it's done right, which normally it is. I've never really heard something where the fretless bass is done terribly. Like, even the fucking Finding Cannibals, that fretless bass was still done right. That shit gets my nipples hard. I love the sound of a smooth, fretless bass.
Yeah, I love it too. And seeing it live, one thing in line with you is technical death metal may not be for everybody, but if you go to see a technical death metal show and you're close enough to the stage to see the fretless bass, to see the technicality behind the guitar playing, more so than anything else, those two elements, dude, it's
mesmerizing.
It's a show within the show. Like I've been to so many technical death metal shows, and I always try to get as close to the front as possible, just to take it in. To see the work on the bass, to see the guitar playing, it's absolutely outstanding. If that kind of shit doesn't get your nipples hard, then you're not alive. That's all I have to say about that. Also, getting a good parking spot and perhaps seeing your favorite band not perform at the Rebel also gets my nipples hard.
Oh, definitely.
For different kind of reasons, but...
Well, the parking spot also, because the Rebel parking is fucking terrible.
I'm glad we have history now.
I'd rather park in the water right next to the Rebel.
It's just a place that there's no way to get there but that one way, and then there's no other way to get out of there but that one way. It was just, fuck. That place is the blue balls of metal venues in Toronto, I must say. Definitely the blue. I'm sure everybody in their town has like the blue balls of metal venues. This one is definitely it. There's bands that I haven't gone to see just because they were playing there. Not that I didn't like the band. I just hate that. I hate that place. With a passion.
Same.
With a passion. And I'm glad that we have now a venue like History. So bands that used to play at the Rebel
will play at History
now are playing at History. So maybe the Rebel will be a thing of the past. It's just not a venue for me. Definitely doesn't get my nipples hard, or my dick for that matter.
What do you mean? Didn't you go to see In This Moment and they had those?
Oh fuck! That got more than my nipples hard. The Little Miss Nasty.
Little Miss Nasty is.
Guys, girls, everybody out there. If you ever have a chance to see a performance by Little Miss Nasty, go see it. Go see it. Pay the money. Go see it. It'll get everything hard. It'll get your nipples hard. It gets your dick hard. It gets your clit hard. It gets everything fucking hard. Because, first of all, there's great music being played, and then there's great dancing. Because it's all about the art.
It's all about the art.
And the artiste. There's great dancing. If you don't know who I'm talking about, go check it on Google. Go check it on YouTube. I'm sure they have videos up. Go check them out on Instagram. They're on Instagram. I saw them on a tour with New Year's Day and In This Moment and Dead. And I swear to God, I could have seen them for the whole set and forget about all the other three bands.
Well,
because
you hated the rest.
Nobody else matched. Like, listen, once you get that at the beginning of the show, like I don't know, it's It's like Slayer opening for Camelot. Once you fucking see Slayer at the opening, are you really gonna stay for Camelot after?
I mean, yeah.
Well, for the fans of Camelot, probably not fans of Slayer, but whatever. I just feel like they kind of. I blew my load on them, and then it was just everything after that was limp dick.
Terrible, but okay.
Everything after that was limp dick. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Fuck, that was fucking hard. They still go hard in the paint, I must say. They still go hard in the paint. I tell you, I follow them on Instagram.
I know.
Fuck. You know what I mean? It's one of my those.
It's not a guilty. It's not a guilty pleasure because you love it.
No, I love it, and I'm not ashamed of it. I mean, I'm sure they're not ashamed of it.
No.
So fuck, why should I be?
Exactly.
I'm just enjoying the art.
Keep it real.
I'm just enjoying the art, and I'm not hating on the artist.
Exactly.
All right, that's how I feel about most ladies on OnlyFans. Anyhow, we're done for today. We talked about our nipples being hard, things that turned us on in metal. Let us know what turns you on in metal, and perhaps the venue in your town that gives you massive blue balls. Hit us up in the comment section. We'll see you all next week with another video.
See ya.